Hey friends, it's Lydia from Chew in the Loo, and we wanted to take the opportunity to definitely help all of those first-time Thanksgiving cookers with their turkey quandaries. We know that this year is going to look a little different than most, not huge gatherings, maybe just a small few, and in that, some of you may be challenged to make one of these. Super easy, and we're here to help. So come join us as we walk through all the ways to make a dry, rubbed, herbed turkey. So a good rule of thumb when picking out the size of your turkey is pick for every person that you are feeding about 1 to 1.5 pounds of turkey. So once I open this, I've let this defrost actually in my fridge for the last 2 days. You want to make sure that it is completely defrost. And the inside of your bird will come usually with some sort of gravy mix, the neck, and then of course the giblets. If you're cooking for the first time this year, never fear. You can just set those aside or offer them to a friend that might enjoy them a little bit more. So I'm going to teach you today how to do a dry brine. This is probably going to be the easiest, less messy way to be able to ensure that you get the most flavor out of your bird. Turkey is a very lean meat, and so with that it means it doesn't have fat. When we hear fat, we usually think bad, but really fat in food is flavor. And so what we're doing is we're allowing salt in this mix to sit on the bird for at least 24 hours so that the salt can go into and help the protein turn into more of a gellular structure. Gel structure, I don't know if gellular is a word. Sorry. I have about 1/3 cup of kosher salt on here, and then I have crushed peppercorns, lemon zest, I have rosemary, thyme, and rubbing sage. So all the wonderful flavors that would go great with a Thanksgiving dinner. And we're gonna let the magic of science get this bird nice and tender. Now she's in our fridge. So now our next step is we've got to wash all that wonderful brine off of our bird. We're not going to cook it in the brine. We're just basically, that was there to help our bird get nice and tender. So we're going to head to the sink and wash her off. So we've got her all bathed like a brand new baby at bath time, and so we're going to dry her off just like we would our own little ones at home. I find that a kitchen towel is much better and far more absorbent than paper towels, plus it's also an added bonus for the environment. So you want a dry skin on your turkey, otherwise it's not going to hold the butter, and the butter will make our skin nice and crisp. In our mix we have some of the same herbs that we did in our brine, which is the rosemary, thyme, and sage. And then I've also cut lemon, and I have some lemon zest as well. We've got onions and celery. So we're just going to fill the inside of that cavity. These will not be eaten. They're more for the aesthetics and the aromatics of your bird. So they're there more to provide flavor and extra moisture inside of it. Just grab a couple more, an onion, lemon rinds, and put them on the inside and tuck them in. We're going to go to Julia Child's favorite ingredient, our butter. So you're just going to take it and you're going to rub it all over. You'll notice if your bird's not dry enough because the butter won't stick. So if it's not dry, just go back through and re-pat down. The other beautiful thing is too, is you can remove the skin of your bird up here on the layer and then stuff butter on the inside. This will provide some of that wonderful flavor into your bird that will also help alleviate having to baste every 30 minutes. All of this will melt down. Plus the underside of your turkey is where the dark meat is. So that is where a lot of the flavor and the fat is. Mostly the concern with the butter is to get the skin nice and crisp, but to get your breast of your turkey and to continue to keep that nice and moist, especially since it is the leanest part of your bird. And then we're going to put it in the oven. We've pulled our bird out of the oven. We made sure the internal temperature is at 165. So we've allowed it to rest because we want to ensure that all of that wonderful juice and moisture inside the bird has a chance to rest and settle. And now we're going to carve. Most birds will probably come with a cage, or if you have twine, you're going to take that off so that your legs on your bird are going to be more free. So you are going to start to pull and find the joint of your bird. Take your knife and cut at the joint. Go ahead and take care of this leg. Follow it all the way down. And then we're going to take off our wing on our bird. Most often than not, people tend to go for the breast first. It is the meatiest and it is the most requested part of the turkey, but you will get more meat by carving it correctly than if you go for the breast first. So your breast is split between two sides. So you're going to take one side of your breast down the middle, and you can actually carve it into one big piece. Now you can take your fat off if you want and give that to the highest bidder at the table. My dad was always the one that won those. Oh my. It's just coming. Oof. This is one delicious bird. Always make sure that the turkey is one of the last steps that you're going to do. Put this over here on our platter. Well, it looks like I've got a lot more meat on here, and I'm going to chisel away at that. But you folks have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself. There's a lot to still be thankful for. And we hope you can join us on Chewing the Lou for all the wonderful food conversations here in St. Louis. Have a great Thanksgiving.